I heard about Balance of Nature for some time, and I just thought I'd get involved. And so when I did, I started taking it, and I saw a difference. It kind of balanced out my blood, if you will. So my doctor was pleased with that. He said, "What are you doing? What's going on?" And I just shared. I said, "Well, I'm taking this extra thing called Balance of Nature." And he said, "That's good. That's good." So I admonish all people that have some type of health issue, try it. It really helped my numbers, and I know the product works.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
After 25 years of building websites for all kinds of companies in many different industries, AmericanEagle.com realized a well-designed website is also your best employee, bringing efficiency, revenue, production, showing up every day, giving above and beyond to increase your bottom line. That's what a website designed, developed, and hosted by AmericanEagle.com has brought to so many clients. An AmericanEagle.com website is a 24/7 branding exercise, building rapport and thus brand equity while you sleep. Companies like WeatherTech have relied on AmericanEagle.com's website design and development and hosting capabilities for years. When some of the world's top brands need a reliable company to prepare their sites for high-traffic events, who do they call? AmericanEagle.com. Their clients have come to rely on them for a full line of website services, from consulting and strategy to digital marketing, hosting, and maintenance. Give the team at AmericanEagle.com a call today. 1-877-WEB-NOW. The number 1 is the number. AmericanEagle.com is the website. 1-877-WEB-NOW. 1 is the number. Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Rick Blavelone, second generation owner and CEO of Marketing Innovators and a customer of Signature Bank. Our family-run company was founded on the belief that connecting to people on a human level is the best way to build a great business. And when we were looking for a new bank, we didn't have to look far. We shared an office building with Signature Bank in Rosemont and quickly saw that they were truly locally owned and operated. That's why we partnered with Signature. And that relationship makes every business decision better and every communication clearer. Marketing Innovators looks forward to a long-lasting relationship with Signature Bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get the rest you deserve with Helix Sleep. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences and give you the best sleep of your life. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
7:39. Let's get an update on the roads in the Team Hochberg Traffic Center with Jim Telemonti.
In Lansing, 8094 westbound at Torrance Avenue, the right lane is blocked. Pickup truck lost its trailer there. Checking traffic on the inbound Kennedy Expressway. It's still 20 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Outbound, however, it's 30 minutes. We see delays Bryn Mawr to Harlem for the collision in the right lane. Inbound Eisenhower, 28 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound, it's the same. On the Stevenson, you're looking at 29 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive with a little congestion approaching the Ryan. Inbound Ryan, traffic is slow. Cermak to the Bird Circle at 17 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 16 minutes, I-80 to the Verge. Bishop Ford at 13. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Jim, thank you. Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. In our AM 560 Weather Center, we see variable clouds today, a high of 38. Right now, 24 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560, The Answer, online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, on TuneIn, iHeart, and radio.com. Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
Yeah,
getting so excited.
Like
so,
Marshall Fields when you could go out in public. It's nice. Remember when we could walk around?
Oh, yeah.
Shop. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm not putting up any Christmas decorations. Didn't do it. Didn't even buy. I was going to buy a Christmas wreath for the front door. Couldn't do it. I was going to buy a little plant in the front and then get out, my
I'm
birch
waiting for
sticks
Kwanzaa
and do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you set up any Christmas decorations at your house?
Nothing.
Well, did your wife set up any Christmas
No, we got
decorations?
mayhem in the house. I got contractors stumbling around. They're cross-eyed. They're measuring things. It's preposterous.
Oh, so you're redoing your house?
No, we're not redoing anything. Nothing. But
well, then why are contractors at your house?
Don't worry about it. Can you keep your mouth shut before you know it? I got all kinds of people crawling around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not really. I mean, I don't know if anybody's in the Christmas mood, but I know we set up a tree here at the station. See it behind me?
Yeah, I was here when George's daughter set it up.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas is for kids.
Okay.
Not socialist scum in Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Merry
Christmas.
Oh, by the way, that's Sean from Elmwood Park who joins us at our Matrix Home Solutions studio in for Dan Prof today. And I'm very grateful that you're here, I think.
They say I'm in for Dan Prof, yet I have to sit in a co-host segment and just ride sidecar to this disaster you're running. I have nothing to do with the management of this show. I'm reacting.
Well, a good friend of the show, we're welcoming back, that's Todd Chatman, Director of Cause and Ministry Development at Dunham Company, and he's also associated with Food for the Poor. Todd, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good, Amy. Hey, I'm curious, how did you manage to
Sounds
find
like
a fill-in that has a sunnier disposition than Dan Proft?
Yeah.
Hi, Sean.
Oh, I like
Good to
that.
meet
Nice
you,
hip check
virtually.
to Dan Proft. I tell you, I love your voice. It reminds me of God when I meet him. It's wonderful.
I know. Did we get in? Are we in
It's
purgatory? Did we get into
Yes.
heaven?
No, I'm not getting it.
I don't know. From the sounds of it, Amy might, kind of move up the meeting.
I know.
But I will tell you, this is a wonderful, and I'm not a charitable guy by nature, but it's a wonderful organization you have, and it does some fantastic work. I'm very impressed with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, we're just grateful that we have the opportunity to serve some of the poorest people around the world. But I'm here today to just, first of all, celebrate everything that the Answer family has already given. I mean, it's amazing. We've got a goal of saving at least 3,000 children from starvation because of COVID-19 in Central America and the Caribbean. And, man, we're over 2,000 kids already rescued, so that's really exciting. Thank you, and kudos to you guys.
But
Well
we
done.
need more. We need to cross the finish line, and we need to help those in need, especially this holiday season, which doesn't feel like a holiday season. But can you imagine what they're going through? They've had hurricanes. We're talking about children in the Caribbean and Latin America who've had to go through hurricanes, dictatorships.
Yeah.
And now COVID.
And that's just right here in America.
And now COVID, and how are they surviving?
Well, it's interesting because our focus has been largely on the disease, and of course, close to home. I mean, that's just human nature. We're worried about what's happening to us and in our own backyard. But don't forget, COVID is a global pandemic, right? And so think about the way that it has impacted you and your family, all of us here in America. Arguably the most resilient and robust economy on the face of the planet, with all of the benefits that we enjoy, great health care. And yeah, we got problems, but man, we are really blessed to live in the greatest nation on the face of the planet.
And then tell us about...
This has hit us hard. So think how it's impacting some of the poorest countries in the world where they don't have all the resources and assets and safety nets that we've got. It's a huge deal. And the big thing that I wanted to talk about, guys, is that it's kind of the untold story of COVID in Latin America, Central and South America, and the Caribbean. It's created a food crisis among the poorest families. And that's where Food for the Poor is trying to meet that need with your help today.
And they don't have, phone lines to call and say, hey, we need help. So how are they communicating with the world to let people know that they're hungry and that they need help?
Yeah, as we talk to our partners on the ground, the people that are actually distributing the food that your listeners are providing with their generous donations, they tell us that what they began to see early in COVID back this spring is families that, Amy, to your point, they were isolated, they were quarantining, they don't have the internet, they don't have phone lines, they're not allowed to go outside their home at that point in time. It's loosening up a little bit now. But they couldn't go outside, so the only way they could really communicate, hey, we're in trouble here, is to hang white pieces of fabric, sheets, T-shirt, whatever, outside their house. And they would write messages on there in Spanish, yo tengo hambre, we're hungry, please send help. And so our workers, that was helpful to our workers and our partners because they were able to really, go into those communities and first zone in on those homes because these are people crying for help. And thanks to your generous donations, we've been able to provide food for just literally hundreds of thousands of people since COVID-19 started. But we're not done yet, and so that's why I'm excited to be here with you again today and just invite even more of the Answer listeners to give a $37 donation or more and keep these kids from starving to death, because that's really what it boils down to. We're trying to keep kids from starving.
Yeah, just $185, and maybe you can make a donation on behalf of your well-fed child or grandchild. But $185, you could provide 6 months of emergency food relief for 5 hungry children. The number to call, guys, is 844-862-4673. Again, 844-862-4673, or visit 560theanswer.com/food for the poor.
I'm impressed at how much you're able to achieve for really what can only be described as a tremendous value.
Yeah.
You're a private organization that feeds thousands and thousands of people for a fraction of the cost we spend on our, say, school lunch program.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, as you see this massive problem hit our shores, and you see places like California, and you see places like New York with the massive growth of poverty and people living on the street, do you have plans to expand into America? Is this something you've given some consideration? As somebody like me, I feel the worst is yet to come economically in this country.
Yeah, sure. First of all, Food for the Poor for 40 years nearly now has operated under a mission of serving the developing world. And that's not to say we don't care about what's happening here in America. And actually, from our headquarters in South Florida, we have periodically, in the face of domestic disasters, hurricanes and whatever, we've actually activated some of our firepower in terms of distribution and things like that to actually serve Americans. But there's so many other amazing organizations, charities that do a really great job of providing for people that are in need here in the U.S. So we've chosen to focus our attention into Latin America and the Caribbean. It's not that we don't care about America. Of course we do. We want to make sure that no person starves, whether they're of Hispanic origin or American. But the reality is that there's a lot of great organizations meeting the needs here in the U.S. And so we're going to continue to focus our efforts into Central America, South America, some of the poorest countries that, frankly, they kind of fly under the radar. And without the assistance of American generosity and American charities like Food for the Poor, they wouldn't get the help that they could need. They need. I mean, it's staggering to think about. We can't even quantify how many kids would, starve to death if not for the very generous gifts that the Answer family has provided. So I would never say, hey, it's an either-or proposition, because the reality is it's not. When you talk about $37 to feed one child for the next 6 months, you can save a child from starvation in Central America, and you can make a donation to your local food bank and feed families here in the U.S. as well. And so I would encourage people just to do what your heart tells you to do. And that's kind of my foundational message today is now more than ever, we need to feel and to give hope, right? Can we all agree on that? Yeah. It's been such a dark year. There's so much negativity between COVID and the election and yada, yada, yada. Man,
this is good for me that you're doing this. This is like therapy for me, because when things get bad, my brain goes into robbing things. So you're making me feel very generous, and I think you're keeping me on the straight and narrow. Thank you.
844-862-4673, the number 844-862-4673, or go to 560theanswer.com/food for the poor. And Todd, I want to ask you, so when we donate, say, $37 to feed a child for 5 months or 6 months, how much of that money actually goes to the children in need rather than the organization?
Yeah, sure. It's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it, because, when you give to a charity, you want to know that the majority of your money is going to what you intend it to go to. Yeah. And, of course, any large charity, you've got operating expenses. But for, again, 38 years now, we've got amazing partnerships, amazing efficiencies. 95% of all the financial and gifts in kind given to Food for the Poor, because we get not only in terms, in addition to cash donations, we get a lot of gifts in kind, whether it be medicines or food or building supplies. 95% in essence of all the goodness given to Food for the Poor is passed along to help the people that we're trying to help.
That's exactly the opposite percentage that goes to these storefront preachers who fly around on Lear jets with naked stewardesses. So this is a good news. This is good news, 95%.
Well, it's important to us to just save as many people as we can. And frankly, look, these are not easy times on anybody. And so we just want you to know and have confidence that when you give to Food for the Poor, man, come on, 95%. And by the way, if you don't spend a lot of time measuring the efficiencies of charities, because who has that much spare time on their hands? But if you're interested, kind of the good benchmark is if a charity operates at 80% efficiency or more, they're pretty good. They're good at what they do. It's a good thing for you to get involved with. 95%, I think it speaks for itself.
All right, well, I'll leave it there. Todd Chatman, Director, Food for the Poor. Todd, thank you so much for joining us.
Amy, I can't wait to get into either Haiti again or Central America with you. It's been too long.
I know. I want to go to Central. I want to go to Central America this time.
Well, someday we will be able to leave the. We'll be free to roam around the planet again
and meet the people that you're actually helping. It is absolutely life changing. That's for sure. All right,
well,
Todd Chatman.
Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas, Sean. Merry Christmas
too.
even to you, brother.
And thank you for what you do. And you're off my robbery list.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Todd. And we also want to remind people, if you're own a small business or if you make the marketing decisions for your company, please consider becoming a business benefactor. You know what that is, Sean?
I did it 3 times. I know what it is.
Oh, good.
3 times I did it.
So you help the children. It's a win-win. So basically, it's a tax-deductible donation. The money goes to Food for the Poor. We're asking for $2,500 donation. $2,500 donation. And in return, as a way of saying thanks, we give you 40 one-minute commercials that run here Monday through Friday. And it's a great way to take your business to the next level. Did it help you?
It did. And a very good friend of mine just did it with Ann Jeanette.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a magnanimous kid. He's not even going to talk about his business. He wants to play Amazing Grace for the spirit of the people, of the listeners. Isn't that nice?
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that nice? He's a good guy.
That's great. Well, Ann Jeanette, she's the person to call. Her phone number is 847-472-8951. We want to thank some of the businesses that signed up already. TRP Investments, Insure With Us, Agent Corey Renchen, Mike Cornyn of the Property Management Group, Bisco. Oh, my gosh. Words are hard on Friday. I can't see.
And you're blonde.
Well, you pronounce that word.
Management?
No. Ditch Witch Midwest, they made a $5,000 donation. House of Fireworks in Dyer, Indiana. White Rabbit Home Improvement, Second Amendment Sports. The list goes on and on. Decker Inspection Services, DC Export, Signature Bank, PJN Tax Solutions, Augustino's Rock and Roll Deli. You want to be one of the cool kids. You want to become a business benefactor. Yeah. Again, the number to call, 847-472-8951, or simply go to 560theanswer.com and click on the Emergency Food Relief banner on the homepage. And again, we want to thank you so very much in advance for your generosity.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson. And if you're a small business owner or you make the marketing or advertising decisions for a business, then listen up. Once again, our annual Food for the Poor campaign is underway to raise money to feed families in Latin America who are suffering because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our friends at Food for the Poor are working with partners on the ground at feeding centers to provide emergency food relief. And here's how your business can be part of the solution.
Become a Food for the Poor business benefactor. Just make a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor, and AM 560 will give you 40 60-second commercials to air here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday to Friday at no additional cost to you.
To take advantage of this deal, just call Anjanette Natowski, 847-472-8951. Again, that's 847-472-8951, or go to 560theanswer.com/food for the poor.
All right. Well, you got to tell me it's me. Permaseal. You know, I've actually used this company, Justin. I have, and they are absolutely wonderful. To see them work is something. This winter, as frost levels go deeper into the ground, have you thought about your basement? If you have experienced cracks in the basement walls and floors, cracking in the interior walls, sticking doors or windows, gaps in the baseboards, sagging floors, expanding frozen soil, pushing against your foundation walls, well, listen, we have a solution. That's when you need to contact Permaseal Basement Systems by visiting permaseal.net. All too often, homeowners ignore these symptoms. Then you have to call the guys that are at my house right now screwing up the measurements, and then experience much bigger problems later. A stitch in time really can save 9. You can rely on honest, accurate evaluation from Permaseal's trained experts, along with Permanent Solutions. For over 41 years, Permaseal has been Chicagoland's and Northwest Indiana's most trusted contractor for basement foundation repairs. They've earned an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. For free, thorough inspection, call Permaseal, 800-421-SEAL. That's 800-421-7325, or visit permaseal.net.
Folks, when shopping for a home mortgage, how much is great service, low closing costs, and competitive interest rates worth to you? At Townstone Financial, it's priceless. Hi, Barry Sterner, founder of Townstone Financial. Let's hear about the Townstone experience from one of our customers.
This is John. I did my second home purchase with Townstone Financial. Just working with Barry and his team, they made everything easy. They took care of everything. Townstone was a great company to work with, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. Townstone's going to give the better rate by far. They found the best rates. They found the lowest closing costs. Couldn't have had a better experience.
Remember, nobody values your home mortgage